The following answers will be solely your expressed opinion and will be used as part of a public website and/or blog. Thank you for agreeing to be interviewed for this oral history project. Let's begin. Could you please state your name for me?
Colleen Walton.
Colleen, could you tell me how old you are, please?
I'm 86.
And can you tell me where you are from?
Actually, I was raised in the Fairleigh area, but we moved down here in '59, so I'm from here.
So you've lived here quite a long time. Colleen, I have a couple of questions that I'm going to ask you, and just feel free to share your experiences of being a Ronceverte resident. As a long-term resident of Ronceverte, West Virginia, how do you personally feel that the town and community has changed over the last 50 years?
Well, there's not as much business downtown as there used to be, because this used to be a thriving little town. And but we moved, like I said, whenever we come down here, it was friendly and all, and we fell in love with it. Just, of course, I went to school here too, and I went up here to the high school, and I just have always liked the place, liked it.
When you went to the high school, what was one of your favorite memories that you have of being there?
Oh, I don't have any favorites. I just liked it. Of course, I like school, and so we just had a lot of friends, and one thing we used to do that they don't do now, whenever they closed the school, was we used to walk downtown and eat lunch.
Oh, great!
And we had an hour for lunch then, and so we'd walk down, and there was a lady took pictures of over the old drugstore, and every now and then we'd go up there and have her picture taken. So,
that's fun.
And it was very cheap, so we would have been able to have done it. And I don't know, it just, I just liked it.
When you all went to go eat, what was one of your favorite restaurants that you frequented? Is it still downtown now?
No. There's nothing downtown that was then. Yeah. So we just, at the time, I think we went to the drugstore and got maybe a milkshake or something like that.
Oh, that's exciting. Colleen, do you feel that the town's changes have had a positive, negative, or neutral, not really much of a change, effect? And why do you feel like that?
Well, yes, I definitely think that there's not as many, people that don't come down to trade down here anymore. There's just nothing there to do it. And a lot of the businesses, moved out or closed down or whatever. And then, of course, when they took the high school, consolidated the high school, that was a big thing. And there's just, I don't know, everyone says Ronceverte's a dead little town, but we're trying to revive it back. So, we're slowly coming back.
That's great. Colleen, why do you believe that you have remained in Ronceverte, West Virginia, for the extent of your life?
Oh, I just couldn't imagine living anywhere else. So we lived in White Sulphur for just a little while. My husband worked for the gas company, and they had wanted a representative over there. So we lived over there. This was before the kids started school, but I wanted to move back so my kids could go to school here. I couldn't imagine going to school anywhere else but down here. And so we moved back, and then we moved back to Fairleigh. And then in '59, like I said, we moved down here, and I just couldn't imagine moving anywhere else.
What is one thing that you just love about Ronceverte? Like, what is it the river, the railroad? What is the community? What kinds of things? What makes Ronceverte to you?
Well, I've always said it's a friendly little town. The people are friendly, and I feel safe here. And of course, just in the years now, everybody locks their doors and everything, and we never locked our doors. Like we went on vacation one time and left our back door open, and my neighbor about to have a connection because she couldn't imagine that. And but I told her my excuse at that time, which was very dumb. But I said, "Well, I never like to come back into a house that was closed up. It smelled musty or something."
It's true, though.
So I left it open so it wouldn't have that. And but it never had a thing bothered. And it just in the 90s or late 90s, we started locking our doors. But I still feel safe here.
It's your home.
Yeah.
So what also attracted you to remain in this area? I know you said that you feel safe and that, this was kind of your family community. Is there any other types of things that made you ever think, well, I can't leave Ronceverte, this is my town?
My husband didn't like to change. And of course, he was in service, and whenever he came back, Greenbrier County was his home.
Yeah.
And so, he never changed. Of course, I didn't want to either. So
that's your home too. Colleen, can you please share a memory that you have growing up in Ronceverte, West Virginia? I know you talked about going down and getting your picture taken. What's another thing that you all did? I remember somebody said they used to roller skate down the streets, and just a lot of fun things. Going to music concerts, and
most of the time. Now, at that time, I actually lived in Fairleigh, but we didn't move down here until after I was married and had children. But I remember going to high school here and the basketball tournaments and everything at the Armory, and oh my, that was a fun time. And that we had the tournaments or whatever, between Lewisburg and Ronceverte, and they were bitter enemies, rivals, and so that was always a fun time. And well, of course, like I said, my school years were here, and I started the first grade in Fairleigh, in the little old River Valley school that's is deteriorating now. But I moved down here, we came down here in second grade, and I'm here, so I had all kinds of friends and memories. And so
that's exciting. Did you ever play any sports? I know you said you went to the games, but did you ever play any type of sport?
I was never very athletic.
Yeah, me either. Oh. Can you please share a recent memory that you have from Ronceverte that brings up good feelings, or that that highlights in your memory? Like, I know a lot of people talk about how much they love the River Festival, or different things like that. What's something that makes you feel good when you think of Ronceverte?
Oh, I think of the library.
Oh, yeah. Will you tell me about it?
Yeah. I've been a volunteer at the library since it started.
Oh,
and then I've been treasurer of the Friends of the Library since it started, 86 or 85.
Oh, wow.
So the library is a deep love of mine. So.
Will you tell me, I think in the library, do they have the Pretty Girl of Ronceverte song? Do they have that? Do you know about that? Or do you know?
No, I really don't know too much about it. Doug sings it.
Does he?
He would sing it in the Riders of the Flood play, and I've always gone to those. There's really something nice, and they're trying to get them back.
Will you tell me a little bit about that play and what the do you know what the premise is or the plot is of that play?
It's from the lumber industry in Ronceverte, and it has a love story to it, but it's real cute. It talks about bringing the logs down the river and so forth.
That's fun. Yeah. Because I know that that was something that they had done down at the pavilion, right? At the Island Park area, the amphitheater.
Yeah. They did that. Robert Tuckler wrote the play from it was a Blackhurst wrote the book, and then he
adapted to a
play to it.
Cool. Colleen, can you share, I know you said there was a picture that you had found. Can you please share that picture that you brought and tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, this is the stocking giveaway at Christmas time. And I didn't have one personally, but we used to everybody used to take their kids. You didn't have to, it was rich, poor, anybody could come and get it. And as you can see from the picture, there is, although I was telling the kids a few minutes ago, that it looks like there's as many adults as there are kids
getting the stockings.
But I realized that the parents had to bring the kids down. So, and then at that time, they had a snow queen. The girls they selected the girls from the junior high, or from the high school or junior high, and then they would compete. They could people called in donations, for each. I don't know what was each penny or each dollar counted as a vote,
Mm-hmm.
and the one that had the most votes was granted Miss Snow Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Like Darla, I think was a candidate at one time. She came close, but
didn't make it.
Didn't make it.
So what did then did the Snow Queen? Did they? You said they had a parade, or
they presided over the thing. And so, but it was real, and they'd have the program at the Armory, and it would be the radio station would come down and broadcast, and while they were getting the votes, and everything, they'd have entertainment, local entertainment, would sing or there, and everybody liked that. Sometimes the Armory would be full, and that was a nice memory. But of course, once they consolidated the schools,
the Snow Queen. Mm-hmm. Did you ever participate in the stocking giveaway? Did you and your family used to go get a stocking?
Oh my, yes. Yes.
What kinds of things were in the stocking that you remember getting, or that stands out?
There was always a popcorn ball and a toy, and a bag of hard candy, an apple, orange, and of course the stocking itself.
That's exciting. And it was done on Christmas Eve always, right? Yeah, that's fun.
And sometimes it would be so cold.
Yeah. Then you did, because I think that, is it true you had to stand outside and wait for your stocking?
Yeah. Sometimes the line was, there was such a big crowd that you'd be in line for over an hour. Yeah. So, but the kids didn't mind. They were excited. They got to see Santa Claus.
Yeah. Did you take your kids to it?
Sure.
So it's always been just a really great memory.
I had a retarded child, and she dearly loves Santa Claus, and so that was her thing. She couldn't hardly wait. She'd go down and see Santa and get the stocking. Of course, she didn't eat or anything, so she gave the stocking to one of the other kids. But the fact that she could go see Santa Claus,
well, that's exciting. Oh, well, that's great, Colleen. So, Colleen, my last thing is what advice or what hope do you have for Ronceverte, say, in the next 10 or 20 years? What do you hope to see Ronceverte become?
I hope to see all the shops downtown full again, and people coming back.
Do you have any advice for any young folks looking to move to Ronceverte or relocating to this area that you could say about your time here?
I just say that once they move, they wouldn't want to move away. So, but I loved it. So,
thank you so much for sharing your stories and experiences with me, Colleen. I really appreciate your time.